Hello and welcome into another edition of Unpopular Opinions. My name, as always, is Chuck Taylor. I'm here with my friend, my buddy, my stepdad, the godfather, they call him, of college football, Casey Cobb. Casey, say what's up.
Hey, what's up? I'm the godfather now, huh? Nice.
Yeah, I figured, and I figured you needed a nickname, so I thought that was appropriate. What do you think of it?
That's good. A little better than the briefcase.
I like the briefcase. I don't know what your problem is with the briefcase. That's solid. That's a solid nickname.
Oh, well, it's a sad day, College football season is coming to an end. I know it's a lot of excitement with the bowl games coming up and the college football playoffs, but, man, I always hate it when we get to this time of the year. It
is. We're winding down the year. We're winding down the college football year. It is. It's a sad time, but it's also the best time of the year, especially if your team's in a bowl game, which both of our teams are. So that's always good. So breaking down episode 8 for you, we're going to go through said bowl games, Capital One Bowl Mania. If you haven't entered in for your chance to win, go on ESPN.com, fill out your picks for Capital One Bowl Mania, and if you pick every bowl right, you get $1 million. So put that in your pocket. But we're going to go through all the bowl games. We're going to give you our picks real briefly. Might hit on little previews of our own Texas and Texas A&M bowls if we feel appropriate. And then Casey wants to talk about soccer. I want to talk about baseball. So Casey's going to briefly go over the MLS championship, Seattle and Toronto. And I am going to recap some of the biggest trade hot stove deals done in the MLB over the recent winter meetings. So with that, Casey, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. We are going to jump into bowl season. Bowl season starts tomorrow, December 16th. Get on your TVs and watch. The very first bowl is the Celebration Bowl. At noon on ABC, we got the Grambling Tigers against the North Carolina A&T Aggies. Casey, who'd you pick for this one?
Man, I don't have a clue about either of these teams, so I just went with North Carolina A&T Aggies. What does A&T even mean? I don't know, but that's what I'm pulling for.
I thought they were AT&T. I thought maybe they were sponsored by the phone company, but I don't know.
Yeah, I have no clue.
It is A&T. I don't know. I don't know either. I went Grambling. So for the Celebration Bowl, we disagree there. I've got Grambling. Casey's got North Carolina. Moving on.
They're Aggies at least, so I had to go with the Aggies, right?
Yeah, that's fair enough. Moving on. Secondly, we got one pretty close to home. This is the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl, and North Texas is going to be in it. North Texas playing Troy. Remember, Troy beat up on LSU earlier in the year. Well, not beat up, but beat them. Casey, who do you have in this matchup?
Yeah, I'm going with Troy. You gotta give it to them because they beat LSU. I'm not saying LSU was a runaway mine train, but they beat a Power 5 team, the SEC, which is arguably the strongest conference that there is. So I'm going with Troy. I'd love to see North Texas win just because it's a local team, but I'm pulling for Troy.
That's fair. Those are my exact thoughts also. I went with Troy in this one. North Texas has been impressive of late. I think their coach has either left or has been rumored to leave in recent years, I think. I don't know if you know anything about that, but he's really brought them to prominence. They were kind of bottom of the dumpster a few years back, and past 3 or 4 years they've actually made a bowl game every year. So, but now, yeah, I see Troy taking that one too.
My question is this. Why are they the North Texas Mean Green, and yet their logo sports an eagle? So what are they, Mean Green or the Eagles? I don't know.
They used to be the Mean Green Fighting Eagles or Mean Green Eagles, actually. I don't know why the change, but I know some people that went there back in the day, and it actually used to be the Mean Green Fighting Eagles. I don't know why they dropped the mascot, but that is the story behind North Texas.
Yeah, it confuses me.
Yeah, but anyways, moving on. Saturday's gonna be a busy day. There's 6 bowl games that day. So next on the slate is the Auto Nation Cure Bowl. This features Western Kentucky against Georgia State. Casey, who you got?
Don't know a thing about Georgia State Panthers. Western Kentucky Hilltoppers have been pretty good for a period of time. I think when Bobby Petrino is there. So I'm going with the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, Chuck.
The hill, you're planning on them topping the hill that is the Georgia State Panthers, is that correct?
Topping the hill, yeah. They were third in the Conference USA. Looks like Georgia State Panthers were fourth in the Sun Belt for whatever that means. But, yeah, Western Kentucky, that's my pick.
That's fair. That is also who I picked. I went with Western Kentucky as well. Yeah, Montana actually played Georgia State a few days ago in basketball.
Oh, okay.
They ended up losing, but that's my only connection to Georgia State, so not a whole lot.
Yeah.
So moving on, we have the Las Vegas Bowl. Lucky teams get to vacation in Las Vegas in the middle of December. And this one features number 25 in the nation, Boise State, against the Oregon Ducks. Casey, who you got?
I'm going with the Oregon Ducks. I think that I don't know. That's just who I'm pulling for. I think that maybe they'll play harder now that Taggart's going off to Florida State. Maybe they're going to try to win one for their coach who's leaving them. So that's my pick, Oregon Ducks.
You've got Oregon. I say Boise State. I think Boise State's going to pull it out. Not too impressed with Oregon this year and coach leaving and all that. I'm going Boise State, going Big Blue, but not Michigan.
Right.
So with that, we have the Gildian New Mexico Bowl next, the Marshall Thundering Herd against the Colorado State Rams. I've got a little bit of ties to both these teams. The town that I'm moving to in West Virginia is the home of the Thundering Herd.
Oh, cool.
And, yeah. And Colorado State is actually one of the main programs I'm looking to pursue my master's at. So anyways, who do you have in the New Mexico Bowl, Casey?
Well, I will tell you, Colorado State would be a great university to go to. That place is beautiful. It's a great college town from what I've heard.
Boulder, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Chuck, I'm going for Colorado State. You know, Colorado State has got that wide receiver on their team, Michael Gallup, who is third nationally in receptions, fifth in receiving yards. The guy gets 112 yards per game. He's somebody I think we need to look out for in the NFL as well too. Might be a good wide receiver in the future. We may be hearing more of him. So I'm going with Colorado State. All
right, there you go. Colorado State. Casey takes. Casey's obviously never seen the movie We Are Marshall, but that's beside the fact. I haven't seen it either. Apparently, I'm going Colorado State too. Just a lot of these smaller bowls, I'm not going to have reasons for. Just a gut decision, Colorado State.
Yeah, and I'm telling you need to watch that movie. It's a good movie.
I have not seen We Are Marshall, but I'll have to do it since I'm moving to Huntington. I'll have to.
Do that this weekend.
Be an outcast.
All right.
All right, will do. Moving on, the last game on Saturday is the Raycom Media Camellia Bowl. This features Middle Tennessee and Arkansas State. Casey?
No clue, my friend. I'm going Arkansas State just because I've heard of them, and I remember they beat A&M several years back when A&M should have slaughtered them. So, hey, Arkansas State, go Red Wolves.
Arkansas State, the Red Wolves. Not sure what a red wolf is. There is a Mexican wolf. I don't know what a red wolf is. But anyways, I'm going Arkansas State too. No reason behind it. But, yeah, we both pick Arkansas State there. So after we wrap up bowl games on Saturday, the next bowl game is Tuesday. There's only one on Tuesday, December 19th. It is Akron the Zips, one of my favorite mascot names, against Florida Atlantic Owls. Does Lane Kiffin come away with the win in the Sharabundi Tart Cherry Boca Raton Bowl, Casey?
Yes, I think he does come away with a win there. Yeah, I like the Zips too as well. It's a good name. I'm going with Florida Atlantic Owls, which actually is the college that Carrot Top graduated from, if you didn't know.
Did not know that. Carrot Top went to Florida Atlantic, huh?
Yeah, I'm
That's
full of all kinds of useful information here.
Well, that's pretty useful. Did you like is that your favorite bowl? The Cheribundi Tart Cherry Boca Raton Bowl?
Yeah. I think they win the award for the longest best name. Absolutely.
Best bowl name?
I'm there.
Oh man, you're going to be at the Tart Cherry Boca. Are you doing research for the podcast? Is that you're going to be?
No, just in spirit, man.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what a Cheribundi Tart Cherry is, but I'll be definitely going to tune in just to figure out what that is.
All right. Well, that's fair enough. You know, if you're going to be at any of these bowls, let me know. You're doing research. That's fine. I actually will be at the next bowl on December 20th, the DXL Frisco Bowl, the hometown bowl.
Man.
I got tickets. I'm going. I'm going for this podcast. For this sole reason, I'm doing research for this podcast so I can report on it after the game. This one's in our very own Toyota Stadium in Frisco, Texas. It's Louisiana Tech against SMU. Who you got, Casey?
Man, you're lucky. Who you going with?
I'm going with my dad and Justin. We all got some tickets, and we're going to check it out. Yeah, it should be fun. Be a good time.
That's going to be fun. I was hoping somebody at the chamber would be giving away tickets to this thing, but they weren't. So, boo.
That's too bad.
Hey, listen, I got to go with the home team. I'm pulling for the SMU Mustangs. That's who I've got to win this game.
Pony Express. You sure you're not stuck in the 80s with that pick?
No. Pony Express. Let's go.
All right. Yep. I'm hopping on the Pony Express too. I'm picking SMU. I went back and forth on this one, but I think SMU's got enough. I think they're going to pull this one out.
I think so too. It's kind of sad to see Chad Morris leave there. You know, he kind of did a good job in turning that program around and getting people excited about it again. But I hope they win. Yeah,
that should be fun. So Frisco gets its own bowl. Awesome.
Yeah.
They're still also hosting the FCS championship game, so go to that if you can. But
right.
Moving on, Thursday, December 21st, we have the Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl. Temple and Florida International. Casey, what you got?
Yeah, once again, not too much of a clue here, but I'm going with Florida International Golden Panthers, Chuck. Let's go Panthers.
Golden Panthers. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not really a Golden Panther fan. I'm more of a Temple Owl. I'm going with Temple. Going with the upset here, the 6-6 team. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see in the Bad Boy Mowers Gasparilla Bowl how that shakes out.
Yeah, it may be good. Florida International, their offense is actually ranked up there. They got a pretty mean offense, so
they do.
They move the ball. Yeah,
they do. But what you don't know is Temple has a very underrated defense, and by that I mean I'm hoping that they have a very underrated defense. But we'll see. We'll see who comes to play in that one. But moving on, Friday the 22nd. We have two bowls. We have the Bahamas Bowl. Lucky teams get to go to Bahamas for a vacation. And the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, the Bahamas Bowl, UAB versus Ohio. UAB, if you don't know, is the University of Alabama in Birmingham. The Blazers are back in action. Did they get their first bowl win since being reinstated as a Division I team? Casey.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool story to see them, be out of football, say we're not going to have football, because it was doing so abysmally and they couldn't afford it. And then, everybody protesting them coming back, getting into a bowl game. And like you said, getting to go to the Bahamas, I think that's the bowl game I'd want to go to, is either the Bahamas or the Hawaii Bowl, right? But
exactly. Are you riding that wave, though? Are you riding the UAB wave?
No, sir, I am absolutely not. I'm going with the Ohio Bobcats. Chuck.
You're shooting UAB in the heart with that one. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You got to ride the fan wave. I'm going UAB all the way. I'm a Blazers fan since back in the day.
Yeah, you are.
I was a Blazers fan before they got rid of the football team. How about that?
That's just because you like the mascot. They got the coolest mascot. I mean, they got a dragon.
They do.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
I think I would give them the award for the best mascot in NCAA. Yeah. I mean, a dragon.
Well,
What's going to beat a dragon? You know, Bobcat. Bobcat's not going to do that.
Well, that's exactly right. That's why I picked the Blazers. But, you know, I mean, you think, like, there's all these tigers and lions and stuff like that. Who doesn't want to be a dragon? How does that not get picked up more than once? But
yeah, I know.
Yeah. But anyways, I've got UAB in that one. Casey's got Ohio. Moving on, we have the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. We have one of my favorite teams to see during bowl season because they always have something up their sleeve, and that is the Central Michigan Chippewas against the Wyoming Cowboys. Casey, who do you have in this one?
I'm going with the Chippewas. You know, after seeing that game back in 2014, the Bahamas Bowl, where they came back from 49-14, almost won that game, just lost by one. I remember I was talking to you on the phone. I think I was talking to you on the phone when that game was happening. That was one of the most amazing bowl games I've ever watched. Couldn't believe they came back and almost won that. So, yeah, I'm going with the Chippewas.
Yes, the Chippewas always have something up their sleeve, I'm telling you. They are very exciting to watch during this time of year. I'm going with the Chippewas as well. Yeah. In the Idaho Potato Bowl, Central Michigan comes away with all the potatoes.
Yes, they do.
Don't they get a sack of potatoes if they win? Isn't that a thing?
I think they get that, you know, that big potato that's on the trailer on the ad that you see the guys driving around with? I think they get that big, huge potato and they get to take that home.
No, I think they really get a sack of potatoes. I thought they did. I think they do. I think they do. Yeah. So Central Michigan's going to take home the potatoes. But
yeah.
Moving on, Saturday, December 23rd, we've got 3 bowl games. We have the Birmingham Bowl kicking us off. That's Texas Tech against South Florida, Cliff Kingsbury, Charlie Strong. Who you got in this one?
Charlie Strong all the way, man. I think South Florida is going to take this. Yeah, I think their defense is going to be too good for Texas Tech. And, I mean, Texas Tech has just been kind of average. I'd love to see Cliff Kingsbury do well, even though I'm not a fan of the Red Raiders. I'm not a fan of their fans, to be honest with you. But, of course, that's me being an Aggie. But I think South Florida is going to win this game.
Yeah, I do too. You know who the biggest Texas Tech fans on the planet are? That's the Texas Longhorns, because apparently they really wanted them to be in a bowl game this year, so much that they sacrificed the last win of the year to get them into a bowl game. So apparently, you know, we're really big Tech fans. But having said that, I'm not rolling with it. I'm picking South Florida. I'm picking Charlie Strong. But
they had a nice season.
Yeah, you know, they really should be 5-7, but you know, Tom Herman wanted to see Texas Tech in a bowl game for some reason.
Right.
Here we are. Having said that, go Charlie Strong, go South Florida. We both picked South Florida in that one. Moving on, we have the Lockheed Martin Armed Forces Bowl, San Diego State versus Army. Casey, can Army lose the Armed Forces Bowl?
You know what? Be sad if they do. I think they're going to lose it. I'm going with San Diego State Aztecs. Of course, I think it'd be cool to see Army win. I love watching those military teams play because they still run the wishbone offense. I love watching a good triple option offense go. Man, I mean it's fun to watch. But I think San Diego State's going to win this one.
I think so too. I agree with you. Yeah, I really like the Army and Navy. Navy always has a triple option wishbone offense. They're fun to watch, but yeah, I think San Diego State's a better team here, and I'm going Aztecs to win that one as well. Moving on, we have the Dollar General Bowl, where Appalachian State faces off against Toledo. Any insight into this one?
No, I got no insight. I just wonder, what do you get if you win this bowl? If you got potatoes with the potato bowl, what do you get? Dollar General? You get like a $50 gift card to Dollar General or something? I don't know.
You get $1 off your total purchase.
Right. You know, I'm going with the Toledo Rockets. I have no clue who to pick here, but you know what? Rockets beats Mountaineer any day of the week. So there you go.
That's a fair bet. Toledo's 11-2 this year. yeah, I went with that. I'm going Toledo. Again, there could be a lot of upsets in these bowls, but having known nothing about these teams, I'm going to go with the 11-2 team. So I'm picking Toledo as well. Moving on to Sunday, December 24th, the Hawaii Bowl. The other lucky teams get to go to Hawaii. This year it's Fresno State and the University of Houston. Casey, who you got in this one?
Picking the upset, Chuck. I'm going with the Houston Cougars to win it over the Fresno State Bulldogs.
Okay. Well, great minds think alike. I went Houston as well. I'm thinking Major Applewhite, Texas alum, gets it done. I'm hoping Texas sweeps this year with Charlie, Major, and Tom all getting their wins.
Right.
But, yeah, I'm going with Houston. I think they can do it. I think they're going to say the opposite of aloha to Fresno State and, taking the trophy.
What do they say? Adios? Is that,
what is
no,
it? I think aloha is hello and goodbye, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, that's too easy.
Yeah, I think it is.
And they get away with just using one word, huh?
Yeah, well, I'll have to look that up, but I think it is the same term. But that's neither here nor there. There's not a bowl game on Monday. They're not doing bowl games on Mondays this year, huh? Except for the New Year's Day games. That's kind of strange. Okay, so Tuesday, December 26th, there's 3 bowls. There's starting off with the Zaxby's Heart of Dallas Bowl, one of the few bowls still played in the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, Texas, with the Cotton Bowl having moved to AT&T Stadium. But this one is Utah and West Virginia. Does Will Grier come back from that gruesome injury and bring West Virginia a bowl win, Casey?
No, I think Dana Holgerson, with his hair flying everywhere, is going to scare the daylights out of the Utah Utes and win this game, Chuck.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, I'm picking West Virginia too. I'm going Big 12. Not that impressed with the Pac-12 this year. I think they're pretty weak.
No,
I think Will Grier comes out and does a good job for West Virginia. So going West Virginia.
I just like watching Dana Holgerson tear his hair out the whole game. Just what is going on there? Yeah,
he's a hothead, and he's probably just not in the news as much because he coaches at West Virginia, but he's a fun sight to see.
Yeah, he is.
But moving on, the next one on Tuesday, December 26th, is the Quick Lane Bowl. This is Duke and Northern Illinois. Do the Blue Devils get it done on the gridiron as opposed to the hard court, or the hardwood? I was trying to think of the term. Hardwood. Casey, who wins this one?
No, sir. Northern Illinois Huskies are going to take this game. I'm picking them as an upset. I know they have a better record, and but it looks like a lot of people are thinking Duke's going to win this. But I'm going Northern Illinois. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, they are the underdog, even though Duke was 6-6. The Huskies are 8-4. Great minds think alike again. We're matching up a lot on a lot of these. That's good or bad. But that's okay. I'm going to win the $1 million in cash. So I'm picking Northern Illinois. I'm picking. No, that doesn't go both ways. That's just if you want. No. I'm picking the Northern Illinois Huskies as well. Not a whole lot of emotion behind that. But, yeah. Moving on, we got the Cactus Bowl. Kansas State, old Bill Snyder against UCLA, Josh Rosen. Casey, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going Kansas State. You know, Bill Snyder is the man. One of my favorite coaches of all time. Guy's great. And Kansas State, they're just always there. They're just always steady. I think UCLA comes in there, and I think Kansas State defense gets some ticks against Rosen. He makes poor decisions, and I believe they're going to take this game. I know they're paving the way for Chip Kelly to come in there and probably do. I think he's going to do some great things at UCLA, to be honest with you, but he ain't there yet. So Kansas State wins this one.
Okay, you say K-State. I'm actually going against the grain on this one. I think Josh Rosen comes out and makes people draft him first overall, or at least in the top 3. I think he gives a last curtain call to college football, comes out in this one, and the UCLA Bruins overtake Kansas State Wildcats, and Bill Snyder has to coach another year to end his career on a bowl win. So Josh Rosen breaking hearts. With that said, we move on to Wednesday, December 27th. Well, are you going to say something?
Back up. So your hot sports opinion is Josh Rosen to be number one pick, huh? Okay.
I think he should be. I don't know if he will. I think he should be. I think he's better than Darnell. But,
all right.
Yeah, that's my hot sports opinion. But I'm not an owner, so I don't have any say in that. But Wednesday, December 27th is the biggest bowl day of the year. Don't be confused. It is not New Year's Eve. It is not New Year's Day. It is not January 8th. It is December 27th. We'll get into that in a second. But starting off with the Walk-Ons Independence Bowl. This is Southern Mississippi against Jimbo is gone. Florida State without Jimbo-less Florida State. Who wins this one, Casey?
Florida State's going to win this game. I mean, you got a big time program playing against Southern Miss Golden Eagles. I know Florida State has not been that great this year. They got a lot of stuff swirled around them, which could distract them. You know, they got a new coach coming in. They got Jimbo leaving, so there may be some distractions there. But I think they're going to go in there and take care of business against the Golden Eagles.
Casey, this is why you're not going to win the $1 million, because you don't make the picks that matter. The walk-ons at Southern Miss are going to walk on to the Walk-Ons Independence Bowl, and they're going to whoop Florida State, Jimbo-less Florida State. They're going to put that program even farther into the trash can. And Southern Mississippi, the Golden Eagles, are going to be flying on high on December 27th. And that's going to be one of the biggest upsets of the bowl season. So,
all right, okay,
that's my hot pick.
Cool. I'd love
Southern
to see it.
Miss.
Yeah, I'd love to see Southern Miss beat Florida State. Absolutely.
Well, you're going to see it on Wednesday, December 27th at 11:30 a.m. Mountain Time. You're going to see exactly that. So, tune into ESPN. Okay.
All right.
Well, after that, we have the New Era Pinstripe Bowl, one of the coolest bowls played in Yankee Stadium. Baseball it has its tentacles in every single sport. Don't be confused. So,
oh my goodness.
New Era Pinstripe Bowl, you can't escape it. Don't even try. Iowa versus Boston College. Casey, who you got in this one?
Iowa Hawkeyes can take this one. You know, they showed us they can play a big-time program like Ohio State and beat them. I think they're going to take care of business against Boston College. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a good game, to be honest with you. But they're going to take this one.
Okay, that's fair enough. I've got Iowa, too. Not too much else to say about that one. Then we've got the Foster Farms Bowl it's Arizona against Purdue. No other build-up besides that. Casey, who you got in this one?
Arizona and Purdue. Hang on a second, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, I'm back with you now. All right, I've got the Arizona. I got the Arizona Wildcats beat the Purdue Boilermakers. I know it's a. Oh wait, no, I totally lied to you. No, I don't. No, I've got Purdue beating Arizona. Yeah, because
you're a Boilermaker too.
You and I agree, man. I think the Pac-12 is a weaker conference. I think Purdue is, they're 6-6, but played in the Big Ten, which is a pretty tough conference. So, yeah, they're going to take care of the Wildcats. They're going to boil the Wildcats alive.
Oh, all right. Hot take. I'm going with that too. I'm a Purdue fan in this one. I am picking Purdue to upset the Wildcats. With that, we've got the biggest bowl of the year. A lot of people are misunderstood about this. They think it might be the Sugar Bowl or the Rose Bowl or something like that. It is not. It is the Academy Sports and Outdoors Texas Bowl in NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas on December 27th. This one features the future national champion Texas Longhorns against the Missouri Tigers. Casey, who do you have in this one?
Pretty broad statement. Future national champions.
I didn't say what year. I just said future.
Oh, okay.
I didn't say what year.
It's going to happen eventually. You know what? Listen, I think the T-Sips down there in Austin are going to take care of business. I think they're going to beat the Missouri Tigers. Missouri Tigers started off pretty weak this year, came on pretty strong later in the year and put together a 7-5 record. Interesting. Missouri is actually ranked 7th in total offense. So they've got a pretty dynamite offense. And I was also looking into this. I've heard a lot about the T-SIP's defense, but when you go and look at it, their defense they're 47th in total defense out of all the teams in the NCAA. However, they are first in defensive touchdowns.
They do. They score a lot of touchdowns. They have a lot of takeaways.
A lot of takeaways. I thought the defense was a little stouter. So we're going to have a pretty high. We got a pretty high offense going against the 47th ranked defense. But you're playing down in Houston. Probably get a good home crowd, and I think Texas takes this one.
Yeah, that the 47th is a little misconstrued with the first game of the year giving up 50 points to Maryland, so that skews it a little bit. But if you take out that, it'd probably be a little bit better. Also, Missouri does scare me a lot. Their quarterback is one of the best in the nation the second half of the year. I think he leads the FBS in touchdowns thrown. Missouri's not going to be any cakewalk, but I never pick against Texas. I'm picking Texas in this one. I have no idea what the score will be. I'm just going to close my eyes and hope we win. So, and you picked Texas in that one, right, too?
I picked the T-SIPs to win, Chuck.
Okay. All right, moving on. Thursday, December 28th, we have 4 bowls in this one. Starting off the Military Bowl, presented by Northrop Grumman. I don't know why that needs to be thrown in there, but there's the Armed Forces Bowl. There's the Military Bowl. Guess what? Navy's in it. The Virginia Cavaliers up against the Navy Midshipmen. Casey, who you got?
I'm going with the Navy Midshipmen. Like their uniforms, and don't know a whole lot about Virginia. I think Virginia played a pretty good game. Was that did they beat Miami? Who was that who beat Miami?
I don't think they beat Miami, but they gave them a pretty good game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they did, didn't they?
They didn't beat Miami, but they gave them a pretty good game.
Yeah,
they were down. Yeah, Miami was down 21-0, I believe, in the first half to Virginia.
Yeah.
Well, right. I'm going Navy too. I'm a Patriot, just like you. I think Navy takes the Military Bowl. So Army doesn't get the Armed Forces Bowl, but the Navy gets the Military Bowl. Faith is restored.
Are we really Patriots if we pick Navy and not Army?
I think so. I think if you get 1 out of 2, I think you're good enough. Right. I mean 50%. That's not bad. So with that, we have the Camping World Bowl. Virginia Tech against Oklahoma State. Number 22 Virginia Tech Hokies against the number 19 Oklahoma State Cowboys. We're getting into ranked teams here.
Yeah, we are.
Who takes the Camping World Bowl?
Oklahoma State's going to take this, Chuck. You got Mason Rudolph, who's the number 1 quarterback in the nation. The guy can sling the ball around. Virginia Tech, they got a good team as well. Both teams 9-3. I think it's going to be a fun game. I think there's going to be some points scored. I think Oklahoma State's going to take this one, Chuck.
Yeah, I have got Oklahoma State too. This is definitely a game that old Mullethead can definitely ruin. He can definitely throw this down the drain and lose this game, but I'm going to have faith that Mason Rudolph and what's his name? They're leading James Washington, the leading wide receiver. They're going to have enough talent to take this one home. So
I think so too. Oklahoma State's number 2 in total offense, and they got the number 1 passing quarterback in the nation as well as Mason Rudolph. So I think they're going to take it.
Yeah, I think they're going to have enough talent to overcome. But with that, we have the Valero Alamo Bowl, number 13 Stanford against number 15 TCU. Old Peter Griffin, old Gary Patterson, old what's his name from SNL. Chris Farley on the sidelines.
Yeah. Pulling his pants up the whole time.
Yeah. Who wins this one, Casey?
TCU's going to win this game. I think as long as Gary Patterson doesn't have a coronary on the sideline. But that's another great game right there. Man, we got 2 good ones back to back. But Yeah, I think TCU will. I'm pulling for them as well. It's a team here in Fort Worth. And we got Stanford bringing in Bryce Love, right? Second in the FBS in rushing. He's gotten almost 2,000 rushing yards on the season. So we'll see if TCU's defense can hold up to the Stanford Cardinal ground game.
Yeah, that will be a fun matchup. Bryce Love against TCU's defense. I'm picking TCU in this one as well. I think Gary Patterson comes away with this one. He finds a way to win big games normally. And yeah, I don't like the Pac-12. So
there you go.
With that, TCU gets the
We're
bowl
not biased,
win.
are we?
Not at all. No, I'm
not
biased.
at all. No, I'm
not biased.
Objective.
I just think the Pac-12 is pretty weak. That's just truth. That's not bias. That's just truth.
No, it is the truth. Yes.
So in the San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl.
Say that again.
The San Diego County Credit Union Holiday Bowl.
Yeah.
We have the number 18 Washington State Cougars against the number 16 Michigan State Spartans. Casey, what do you got in this one?
Go Mike Leach, man. I want to see Mike Leach win this game. He's the best. I tell you, if there's an interviewer out there I want to watch, he is hilarious. I don't know if you saw him giving wedding advice out to one of the reporters this season, but you need to go back and check that interview out because it's hilarious. I did not
see that.
Yeah, go back and watch that. I know we got our thing of the Pac. We both agree that the Pac-12 is weak, but I'm going Washington State. I think they're going to beat the Sparties this year.
All right, so you're picking Mike Leach to repeat his former actions and put Michigan State in the closet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and throw away the key.
And throw away the key. That's right.
Yeah.
I think Michigan State breaks out of that closet. I think Michigan State, Mike D'Antoni gets it done. Or Mike D'Antonio, sorry. Is it D'Antonio? Mark D'Antonio?
Something like that.
There's D'Antoni, who's a NBA coach. There's D'Antonio, who's a Michigan State coach. D'Antonio. He's going to get it done. Michigan State's going to win this game. That is my take on that. So, Friday.
Hey,
go
hey, there's something interesting about this, right? You got a Mike Leach offense, which is, just run and gun. And then you got Michigan State, who is second in time of possession.
Yeah, Michigan State's not really known for that fast offense. They ground it.
Yep, they hold on to the ball. So, if Leach can put the points on the board and their defense can hold up to the grind, then we shall see. All right, what have we got next?
Next we have Friday, December 29th. We've got the second biggest bowl in the bowl season, kicking us off with the Belk Bowl, a.k.a. the second national championship. We've got the Wake Forest Demon Deacons against your very own Texas A&M Fighting Aggies. Who wins this one, Casey?
Man, I do not know who I'm going to pick in this game, Chuck. Let me think about this for a minute, huh? Listen, all I got to say is Gig'em Aggies. I was a little bit I just thought it was a little bit strange them putting the A&M up against Wake Forest Demon Deacons. But then again, I had to go back and think about this. Oh, yeah, I'm typical Aggie who always thinks that we're better than we actually are. So, good, who knows, right? We may go in there and put up 40 points in the first half and then give it all away in the second half just because it's fun to do and we like to torment our fans. But we shall see. Of course, I'm picking the Texas A&M Aggies. I think they're going to take care of business against the Demon Deacons. And fun fact for you about Texas A&M, the greatest university in the world, where God would probably send all of his children. They are first in punt returns with about 19 yards per game, per punt. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, first in punt returns, and that's on the backs of could be top 10 pick in the NFL, probably will be Christian Kirk, the talented and amazing Christian Kirk.
He's their punt returner. Okay, I didn't know that.
Punt returner, wide receiver extraordinaire.
Is he staying for his senior season, or is he gone after this year? Or is he a senior?
Dude, I think he's a junior, but I seriously doubt it. I don't think I'd stay if I was going to be perhaps a top 10 pick in the NFL with all that money looming. I'd probably go. But
Sumlin's not coaching this game, is he?
someone is out, not coaching this game. I believe our tight ends coach or special teams coach is going to be coaching this game. So, and then next year we're going to be welcoming in Jimbo Fisher. Just hired Daryl Dickey, offensive coordinator from Memphis. They have a pretty good offense, so hopefully he'll be getting that in order. Hope we don't see 15 bubble screens every game that just drive me nuts. And also just hired Brewster, who used to be a recruiter with Mac Brown. So we just got a dynamite recruiter as well. So, I'm seeing national championships in store for us, but who knows? Typical Aggie. Hope we don't fall flat on our face. But anyway, all that to be said, Texas A&M, Giga Aggies beat the hell out of Wake Forest.
So what you're saying is next year, instead of the Belk Bowl, you might be in the Hyundai Sun Bowl, where NC State's playing Arizona State later on that Friday. Number 24, NC State against Arizona State. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't make my pick.
What'd you pick?
I picked A&M to win this game as well. I'm sorry, I got lost in your A&M folklore
I got a little carried away.
monologue. But no, I picked A&M to win this game too. I don't think they'll have a problem with Wake Forest.
Yeah, I didn't start chanting or anything. So.
Yeah, I was waiting for the war hymn to break out, but thank you for saving me from that. I think A&M, if everything goes to plan, they shouldn't have a problem with Wake Forest. But moving on, next year they might be in the Sun Bowl, and they might be playing a game like NC State versus Arizona State. So, there could be that. Who do you have winning out in El Paso?
NC State. NC State's been a solid team this year. They I think at one point they were in the top 10 for a little while. So, playing playing that conference with Clemson and Miami, and I think they're going to take care of business against Arizona State, who just hired Herm Edwards as their head coach. That should be interesting.
Herm Edwards. Yep. I think Arizona State is going to play to win the game. They're going to play to win the game, Casey.
But are they going to win the game?
They are going to win the game because of all this Herm Edwards hype. They're going to want to show up. It looks like on my screen right now that 95% of people picked NC State to win this game. It's the 5% that's going to win the $1 million. The Arizona State Sun Devils are going to come out and they're going to play to win the game in El Paso. It's the Sun Bowl. It's the Sun Devils. It's El Paso, Texas. It's not going to be hot. It's not going to be hot because it's December 29th. But you know what? It's going to be hot down on that field with Arizona State burning up that gridiron. Arizona State is going to win this game. And you heard it here first, folks. If you want to win $1 million, these are the moves you got to make. Yes, exactly. With that, though, there is the Franklin American Mortgage Music City Bowl, Kentucky, and number 21 Northwestern. Who do you have in that one?
I'm going with Northwestern Wildcats, Chuck. Haven't really got too much of a clue here. They're playing the Big Ten. You got Kentucky in the SEC, but in the SEC East, traditionally a weaker conference. SEC, people saying it's not as strong this year, even though we do have two teams in the college football playoffs. But, I'm going with Northwestern. I'd like to see them win.
Yep. I am going to repeat that vote. I'm going with Northwestern as well. I think they take care of Kentucky and win the Music City Bowl, which I believe is it's in Nashville. So that makes sense. Yeah. So we've got the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl, and there's not an Arizona team in the Arizona Bowl, which is kind of upsetting. But we got New Mexico State against Utah State. How are you going to pick this one, Casey? It's the Aggies versus the Aggies. Who do you have in this one?
I'm picking the Aggies, Chuck.
You're going to pick the Aggies too?
I'm picking the Aggies on this one. So the Aggies
I'm picking the Aggies
run away
too.
with this game. I'm going with the New Mexico State Aggies, Chuck.
Okay, New Mexico State Aggies. That's your flavor of Aggie.
Yeah, I got nothing else to add, but that's what I'm rolling with.
All right, well, I am going Utah State. That's more my flavor of Aggie. That's who I got. We got what, 4 Aggies in bowls this year? Yeah, we have 4 Aggies in bowls this year. That's got to be a new world record. Huh. Look at that. Well, there's the Nova Home Loans Arizona Bowl. So now we have the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic. It's not in the Cotton Bowl anymore. It's in the AT&T Stadium. This is the first big bowl of the year. It comes Friday, December 29th. It's the nightcap. It's USC, it's Ohio State, it's Urban Meyer versus whoever the USC coach is. It's Sam Darnold versus J.T. Barrett. Number 8 versus number 5, USC, Ohio State. Who you got?
Going to be a Jerry World, huh? Yeah, I still don't understand that, why they call that the Cotton Bowl, and that's not the Cotton Bowl, Chuck, but who am I to argue, right? Listen, I'm going with Ohio State. Ohio State arguably, and I personally feel like Ohio State should have been in ahead of Alabama. I think Ohio State is a good team. I think they're going to take care of business against USC. USC got pretty much stomped by Alabama earlier this year. I really don't think they're all that. So that's what I'm going with. Sam Darnold, good quarterback, 7th in passing overall. And, the motivational story in all of this, Chuck, right? Even though I'm going with the Ohio State Buckeyes, is USC actually has a long snapper who is blind who snapped the ball twice this year. That's pretty cool. His name was Jake Olson.
I think I saw that on ESPN. That is really cool. I didn't remember it was USC, but I think I did see a little story about that. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, he was for USC. So, it'll be cool. Really cool for him. A cool story. It's what I love about college football is you got things like that happen, and but at the end of the day, I think that Ohio State Buckeyes are going to beat USC Trojans blind.
Okay, the Pac-12 champions come up hungry against the Big 12 champions, and actually, no, USC wasn't the Pac-12 champions, huh? Oh, no, yeah, they were. Okay, so this is Pac-12 versus Big 12 champion. Okay. Crazy. Neither of them are in the playoff, but I don't pick against Nick Saban very often. I don't pick against Urban Meyer very often. I'm going to continue that trend. I'm going Ohio State in this one. I think Urban Meyer finds a way in Arlington, Texas. J.T. Barrett going to be a little homecoming, a little home cooking. So, I'm going with Ohio State as well.
Yeah, it's going to be up to Barrett. He has games where he's either hot or he's cold. So if he's on, they're going to take care of business. But if he has a game like he had against Iowa, then USC may sneak in there and take it.
That's true. So we are down to our last 9 games, the last 2 days of the season. Saturday, December 30th, we got 4 bowls, starting with the Tax Slayer Bowl, Louisville Cardinals against number 23 Mississippi State Bulldogs. Casey, who you got?
I'm going with the Mississippi State Bulldogs to beat Louisville Cardinals. I don't know why we can't say words correctly. I'm looking at it right here. It's spelled Louisville.
You obviously haven't been to Louisville.
Yeah, no, I haven't been to Louisville. Chuck, I'm going with Mississippi State, playing the SEC West. I've seen them play. They play hard. They play gritty. I think they're going to corral Teddy Bridgewater. Or wait, not Teddy Bridgewater. Sorry, Lamar Jackson. And I think they're going to bottle him up and take him down. As long as they can control him, they're going to control this game, and I think they're going to do it.
That's interesting. Yeah, I think Lamar Jackson would be the one reason that Louisville wins this game, especially with Mississippi State missing Dan Mullen heading over to Florida. So I am going to go with Mississippi State, though. I do think they are good enough to win this game, but, it's hard for me. I'm not going to have a lot of confidence in this game. I think Louisville's a very worthy opponent, but I'm going to go Mississippi State in that one. So moving on, we have the AutoZone Liberty Bowl, Iowa State against number 20 Memphis. Memphis lost a heartbreaker to UCF in the whatever championship that was, the MAC. I don't know what championship that was, but it was the AAC, I believe, the AAC championship.
The AAC, the MWAC or the SSRI WAC, something like that.
Yeah. But anyways, who do you have in this one, Memphis or Iowa State?
Chuck, Iowa State's had some good games this year. They've played pretty hard, I like them. Had some upset Oklahoma at Oklahoma, but at the end of the day, I think Memphis is going to take it to them and win this game.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I picked Memphis as well. I don't like picking against against the Big 12, but I just think Memphis is going to have a lot playing for after losing that double, triple overtime game against UCF. So I think Memphis is going to come out focused, and yeah, I see them winning that game.
Yeah, that was that game with all the points, right? What was that, like 59-52, something like that? That was crazy.
Yeah, it was a nuts game. Awesome curtain call for Scott Frost. So
I don't think I got to watch it though. I think your mom had me running errands or something along those lines. So.
Oh yeah, that's too bad. It was a great game.
Yeah.
Great game. Speaking of great games, this next one's a pretty great game. It used to be the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl, but then they thought, hey, what makes more sense than Tostitos for a Fiesta Bowl? So now it is called the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl. If you didn't know, PlayStation headquartered in Mexico City, so it makes a whole lot of sense. The PlayStation Fiesta Bowl, yeah, no, they're not headquartered. That is totally false. Don't take that with you.
You made that up? Okay.
No, they're headquartered in Japan, I'm pretty sure. So, but we all know how much Japanese people love Spanish. So the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl, number 11 Washington, number 9 Penn State. Casey, who you got?
Penn State and Nittany Lions are going to take care of this, Chuck. They're going to beat the Washington Huskies. I think this is a marquee game. I think it's going to be a great game. Going to be a fun game. Hopefully, I can watch that, and I'm not too busy running around doing things. But yeah, I think Nittany Lions are going to take care of it, Chuck.
Solid pick. I'm going to repeat that. I think Penn State wins this one. I think Penn State had a couple losses down the stretch that really derailed their season. But, yeah, I think they come out in the Fiesta Bowl, and I think Saquon Barkley really plays with an edge if he plays in this game. I don't know if he's playing. I know he's declaring for the draft, so he may not play. But either way.
Doesn't want to get hurt.
Either way, I think Penn State wins this game. So, yeah. More of that Pac-12 hate, I guess.
Yep,
so
that's right.
Yeah. So with that, we have the second BCS Bowl, the Capital One Orange Bowl. This one is number 6 Wisconsin against number 10 Miami. Casey, does your hate for Miami continue in this one?
Actually, no, Chuck. I'm picking Miami to win this game.
Okay, yeah, turning the tables, huh?
Yeah, Miami. You got Miami second in getting turnovers. They got 30. They picked up 30 turnovers this year. So, their defense flies to the ball, and then we got Wisconsin, which is the best defense in the NCAA last year. Only allowed 253 yards per game. Pretty cool. I think that'll be a fun game. But yeah, I think Miami's going to win this one. I think they're going to have enough left in the tank. Wisconsin's quarterback, he's just not. I don't think he's good enough. I think Miami's going to get a couple of picks against him, and they're going to take it to the house. And this game played in the Outback. I don't know if that's in Sydney or somewhere in Australia, right? Not where that's being played. Oh wait, no, I got the wrong game. Not Outback, the Orange Bowl.
Yeah, Orange Bowl, and it's in Miami actually. Home game for the Hurricanes.
Home game, my dementia's starting to set in, Chuck.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, I'm going with the hometown Hurricanes as well. I think the turnover chain makes a comeback. And I think even though Miami was overrated to a lot of people near the end, I think they're still a good team. I think they're worthy of that number 10 ranking. And, yeah, I think they come out against Wisconsin and pull a little upset in the Orange Bowl. With that, we have the last day. We have Monday, January 1st, before the championship game, which we won't pick here now. So Monday, January 1st, starting out with the Outback Bowl. Michigan against South Carolina, playing in the Outback. The Outback.
There we go. There's
squared. Sorry. This is the real Outback. A lot of people think it's Australia, but it's actually Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, Florida, is where the real Outback is. So in the Outback Bowl, Michigan, South Carolina, who you got?
I got Michigan. Michigan's going to win this game. South Carolina started off kind of weak this year. I mean, heck, even A&M beat them and came down the stretch, played some pretty good ball. But at the end of the day, as I said before, SEC Eastern Conference, not so strong, so I don't think they're a little suspect. And Michigan with Harbaugh up there, I think they're going to take this game, Chuck.
Solid pick. I'm going to repeat it. Go Big Blue. This is the one time I will pick against the Texas X this year. I think Will Muschamp did a good job getting South Carolina to a bowl game, getting them to 8-4. But I think the buck stops here. I think Jim Harbaugh and Michigan save their season with this win. So moving on, we got the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. The AAC champion UCF Golden, or are they the Knights or the Golden Knights? I think it's just the Knights. Anyway, the UCF Knights against number 7 Auburn Tigers, the SEC champion Auburn Tigers, right? Yeah. No, sorry, not the SEC champion. No, Georgia won the SEC.
Second place.
I was like, wait a second, why are they the SEC West champion Auburn Tigers? Yeah. UCF Auburn. Who you got, Casey?
Well, of course, they're playing the Chick-fil-A Bowl on a Monday rather than a Sunday. Every time I want to get some Chick-fil-A, it is always Sunday, I swear to you. So I'm picking
Makes
Auburn.
sense.
You know, I've been on the Auburn bandwagon all year long. I was right twice with them, missed it with Georgia. UCF is a good team, undefeated. I mean, that's pretty cool. Go Scott Frost. You know, got him a gig at Nebraska, where he was quarterback some years back when they were really playing well. But, yeah, I think Auburn's going to take care of business and beat UCF, Chuck.
Yep, I'm going to repeat that again. I think Auburn takes this one home. I really wanted to pick UCF, and I think if Scott Frost stayed, I would have taken that chance. I think it'd be really cool if UCF won this game, but I can't pick against the Auburn Tigers. Even though with their 3 losses, they were really, really strong this year, especially beating Alabama. So picking Auburn in that one. So moving on, we have the Citrus Bowl presented by Overton's coming down to the last bowl before the playoff bowl here. So in the Citrus Bowl, we've got number 14 Notre Dame against number 17 LSU. Casey, who you got?
Yeah, LSU. You know, even though they lost to Troy, after losing to Troy, they put together a good season. Went tough down the stretch. They got Orgeron over there rasping, and I don't know what's wrong with his voice box. Man, he's got a strange voice. But I think they're going to take care of business. I think Notre Dame is, you know, a lot of people had them way up there for a while this year, and as predicted, I was correct. They're a little soft. Don't think they're all that great. I think LSU's going to take it to them and beat them down.
Okay, yeah, I had Notre Dame in this game. I went back and I changed it earlier today.
See? Yep. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm picking LSU. I just don't think, Notre Dame I have a bad feeling with, just like Miami, but I think Miami's going to overcome it. I don't think Notre Dame's going to overcome it. I think Ed Oregon is going to force gallons of Red Bull down all of their players' throats, just like he does himself. I think they're going to be all hyped up on Red Bull and Mountain Dew. And LSU is going to come out and take down the Fighting Irish. So, with that, the 2 games we have left are the Rose Bowl game presented by Northwestern Mutual and the All-State Sugar Bowl. Are we doing the playoff games this week? We are, right?
No, sir. No.
Oh, we're not. Okay, we're leaving.
No, we're going to do it. Yeah, we're going to do that as a separate show.
Okay, just making sure. So those are the only 2 bowl games left, and then of course on Monday, January 8th, we have the CFP National Championship presented by AT&T. But yes, we will do that at a later time. Those are our bowl picks. We are a little bit over our time. So Casey, if there's anything you'd like to say on the MLS Championship, you have the floor.
All I want to say is kudos to Bradley and Toronto for winning the MLS Cup this year. I do not want to see Seattle get another one. I don't know. Their fans annoy me. So, and Jose Altidore, and I see him win as well. I watched a lot of that game. It was an entertaining game and really looked cold. So, so it's pretty cool. Glad Toronto won that. Kudos to them, and hopefully FC Dallas will get their act together for the next season. Over to you, Chuck.
I was kind of rooting for Toronto in that one too. Don't really like Seattle fans. Good for Josie Altidore and Michael Bradley to get that championship. So Toronto was the best team at the end of the season too. So they obviously well deserving. So yeah, congratulations Toronto FC in that one. All I got to say, I was going to go into some of these, but out of time. All I got to say is the MLB's heating up. Winter meetings just ended. Big deals. Shohei Ohtani, the Japanese Babe Ruth to the Angels. Angels making moves. Everybody's making moves. Crazy time of year for baseball. And pitchers and catchers report on Valentine's Day. Easy to remember this year. So, yeah, baseball is just around the corner. It never leaves. So get used to it.
And you got Derek Jeter, who is being paid by the New York Yankees to go take over the Florida Marlins and then ship everybody off to the Yankees. So, yeah, he's probably getting some kind of side deal from them for that.
Yes, that was my other. So Shohei Ohtani to the Angels, and the Bronx Bombers are back, folks. You already know it. Giancarlo Stanton, Aaron Judge, the Bronx Bombers have returned. The Astros, your beloved Astros for all 3 years. Your beloved Astros, all of 3 years, are going to have some competition in the division with the Angels making a ton of moves, and within the league with the Bronx Bombers returning. But we shall see in the 2018 MLB season. Casey, with that, any closing thoughts, arguments, opinions, thoughts on life, anything to take us out on?
Now get up in the morning at 9 a.m. and watch Arsenal play.
Okay. You heard it here. Get up, watch Arsenal. Yeah, if you're a big Arsenal fan. But with that, sorry we went over a little bit on time. I'm Chuck Taylor. He's Casey Cobb. This has been Unpopular Opinions, episode 8. See you guys next week.
We're out.